Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Vijay Bhandari, Associate Professor in CSE Department, SIIT Bhopal. So today's topic is JavaScript in Internet Web Technologies. So let's start. So basically, I will cover in this slide what is JavaScript, how it introduced, and how it is useful in web development. So the JavaScript is a cross-platform object-oriented scripting language used to make web pages interactive. For example, it is having a complex animations, clickable buttons, pop-up menus. So many things are there. So there are also more advanced server-side version of the JavaScript. For example, like Node.js, which allows you to add more functionality to a website than downloading files, such as real-time collaborations between multiple computers inside a host environment, for example, a web browsers, and JavaScripts can be connected to the objects of its environment to provide programmatic control over them. So we can say JavaScripts contains a standard library of objects, for example, like array, date, math, and core set of languages elements such as operators, control structures, and statements. So it can be extended for a variety of purposes by supplementing it with additional objects. For example, client side. So JavaScript extends the core language by supplying objects to control a browser and its document object models. For example, client-side extensions allows an applicable applications to place elements on an HTML form and respond to user events such as mouse clicks, form inputs, and page navigations. So these are the examples that fits into the from the client side. And I'm discussing here like server side JavaScripts. So it extends the core language by supplying objects relevant to running JavaScripts on a server. For example, server-side extensions allow and applications to communicate with a database. It provides continuity of information from one invocations to another of the applications or perform file manipulations on a servers. So these are the basic things in JavaScripts. So this means that in the browser, JavaScripts can change the way the web page DOM looks like via Node.js. So JavaScripts on the server can respond to custom requests sent by the code executed in the browsers. And now I will tell you about what is the difference between JavaScript and Java. Most of the audience that ask the questions about these difference between two terms, JavaScript and Java. So basically JavaScript and Java are similar in some ways, but fundamentally different in some others. So the JavaScript languages resembles Java, but does not have Java's statics typing and strong type checkings. So JavaScript follows most Java expression syntax, naming conventions, and basics control voice constructs, which was the reason why it was renamed from the LiveScript to JavaScript. If we can say, like Java compile time systems of the classes built by declarations, it supports runtime systems based on a small number of data types, represents numeric, Boolean, and string values. JavaScript has a prototype-based objects model instead of more common class-based object model. So the prototype-based model provides dynamic inheritance. That is what is inherited can vary for individual objects. So JavaScript also supports functions without any special declarative requirements. Functions can be properties of objects executing as loosely typed methods. So here you have understood about it. So JavaScript is very free from language compared to Java. You do not have to declare all the variables, classes, methods. You do not have to be concerned with whether methods are public, private, or protected. You don't have to be implemented interfaces, variables, parameters, functions, return types are not explicitly used. So JavaScript is a lightweight, cross-platform, single-threaded, and interpreted compiled programming languages. It is also known as scripting languages for web page. So it is well known for the development of web page, as I said you before, starting the JavaScript. Many non browsers, environments also use it. So JavaScript is weakly typed languages, dynamically typed, we can say it. And JavaScripts can be used for the client-side developments as well as server-side developments. JavaScript is both an imperative and declarative type of languages, and it contains a standard library of objects like array, date, math. So these are the basic things which includes in JavaScripts. Now we move to another side like client side, server side, imperative languages, and declarative programming languages. So it supports these kind of the components like DOM and client-side extensions that allows an applications to place elements in HTML form and respond to user events. For example, like mouse clicks, form inputs, and page navigations. Here you can say some client-side language like Angular, React JS, Vue.js, and so many other things. If you talk about the server side, so it supplies objects relevant to running JavaScripts on a server, and it is the extensions allows and applications to communicate with the database and providing continuity for of informations from one invocations to another of the applications. So here is the example of like Node.js, we can say. So it is also imperative language. In this type of languages, we are mostly concerned about how it is to be done. So it simply controls the flow of computations, the procedural programming approach it follows, like that is async wait for we are thinking about what is to be done and further after the async all. So it is also called declarative programming languages. Like in this type of languages, we are concerned about how it is to be done. And the main goal is to describe, if we can say here, like desired results without direct dictations on how we get it as a arrow functions does. So these are the things which cover into this. How to link JavaScript file in HTML. So that is the two ways here, like internal JS and external JS. So we can add these things like I have to clear these things. Okay. Now, so it is kind of the internal JS and external JS. So we can add JavaScript directly to our HTML file by writing the code inside a script tag. And a script tag can either be placed inside the head or body tag according to the requirement. And external JS, we can write JavaScript code in another files having an extension .js, then link this file inside the head tag of the HTML. We want to add this code. So here, this is the code script, JavaScript code here you can write and you can enclose a script. So here, how to link JavaScript file in HTML. So you can just write the code and execute it. Now we move to another site. Like here, some basic example like doctime HTML, and here we start the title and close it. And this is the body part that we write the code here and some scripts here. And then console.log, welcome to the pages. So this is the like output of this. Now, what is the history of JavaScript? Here we can see like history. In 1995 by Brandon H. while he was an engineer at Netscape. So it was originally going to be named LiveScript, but was renamed. So unlike most programming languages, like it has no concepts of the input and output. It is designed to run as scripting languages in a host environment. And also it provides a mechanism for communicating with the outside world. And the most common host environment is the web browsers. Now, features of the JavaScript. According to a recent survey conducted by the Stack Overflow, JavaScript is the most popular language on earth. So 98% of the users or web developers use this JavaScript languages. So it can handle date and time. It performs form validations. Although the forms are created using HTML, it is created in the first place of the DOM manipulations. And the earlier websites were mostly static. After JS was created, dynamic websites were made. And functions in JavaScript are objects. They may have properties and methods. just like the other objects, they can be passed as argument in other functions. So these are the features of the JavaScripts. We can see the applications of JavaScripts for the web developments, web applications, server applications, gaming, smartwatches, art, machines, learnings, machine learnings, and mobile applications. So these are the applications just we can see and go through the web applications, APIs, server applications, gaming zones, smartwatches. So JavaScript is being used in all possible devices and applications. So it provides a library, Pebble.js, which is used in smartwatch applications. So this frameworks for the applications that requires the internet for their functions. So several tools you can use here and for and making some applications. Some limitations of the JavaScript is there like security risk, performance, complexities, weak error handling, and type checking facilities. Why JavaScript is known as lightweight programming languages? So it is the fact that it has low CPU usage and easy to implement and has a minimalist syntax. So it is treated here as object and it is very easy to learn because of the syntax similar to the C++ and Java. A lightweight language does not consume much of the CPU resources, so it does not put excess strain on the CPU or RAM. So additionally, we can say when compared with other programming languages, so it has fewer inbuilt libraries or frameworks contributing as another reasons for it being lightweight. So this brings a drawback in that we need to incorporate external libraries and frameworks. So JavaScript is compiled or interpreted or both. So it is both compiled and interpreted because it is used only the interpreted that executed the code line by line and so the result immediately. So we use like Java use the V8 and GIT compiler incorporated to optimize the executions and display the results more quickly. Thank you. If you have any queries, so you post on the chat box. I will try to clear it. Thanks. Thanks for joining this session. Goodbye. See you.